Good morning. I am trying something different today. I'm actually going to, I don't even know if you can see me, but I'm going to have myself up as well as our Moodle page. Okay, so this is our Moodle page. Sorry, that's my reminder to go to class. Let me stop that. I just opened up multiple weeks because we have spring break coming up. So I'm basically opening up what feels like 3 weeks. Let's look at last week. Week 8, you just finished. Last week, you did the tipping lab. That was to be submitted technically tonight at midnight. You had a Chapter 8 review in Hawks and an unproctored Chapter 8 quiz. If any of that sounds unfamiliar, you need to jump on that immediately because by the time you watch this video, it's late. Chapter 8 is pretty simple and people seem to like it because it's very familiar. You had a discussion board. That was a reflection discussion board. We're a little over halfway through the course, and so I always like to touch base with my students and just see what is working well and what they would like for me to change. So that was last week. Tipping lab, Chapter 8 review, Chapter 8 unproctored quiz, and the discussion board. Okay, week 9 opens up today. We are starting a new chapter. We only have 2 chapters remaining. This week, we're going to do Chapter 5. That's linear and exponential equations. It is not the easiest thing you've ever done, particularly exponentials. It's probably something you don't have a lot of exposure to. So I'm looking at Moodle. I have notes and videos up there. You're going to do 2 sections in Hawks. 5.2 is the linear equation section, and 5.4 is the exponential section. You're going to respond to 2 people from last week's discussion board. You all have done a good job of that, but I want you to engage and put some type of thoughtful response to the person. Okay, then where things get complicated is spring break starts on Friday, April 7th. That's Good Friday, and it goes all the way through the following week. That is our spring break. We have the week after Easter off. So I went ahead and just opened 2 weeks. That way, if you want to work on it over spring break, you can. You can kind of stretch it out a little bit further. If you don't want to work on it over spring break, you don't have to. But I'm opening up through April 17th. That's when we'll come back for spring break. So let's look at those assignments. You're going to do a worksheet. It's just a practice worksheet. I have the answers on Moodle, but this is very similar to what you're going to see on the final exam, determining whether something is a linear or an exponential equation. So I have the worksheet and the answer key on Moodle. You're going to complete a linear and exponential lab. I have some hints. Make sure you watch those hints. It frustrates me when people turn the lab in and I can clearly tell they didn't watch my hints. Please watch my hints. And then you have a Chapter 5 review. So this is up through April 17th. This carries you all the way through spring break. When we get back after spring break, you have a proctored Chapter 5 quiz. I already have it set up. It's already to the point where you can set your ProctorU appointment up. You can set your Academic Success Center appointment up. It does not open until April 18th, but it's kind of in the system if you want to go ahead and set up your Proctor appointment. But the test will be open from April 18th, which is a Tuesday, through April 24th, Monday night. I've got the additional proctoring information. Most of you that use ProctorU had a good experience. I know there was one person that was not able to complete the ProctorU session and decided to go to the Academic Success Center. But I'm interested to see what people say on their reflection boards about that. And I think that's it. Again, the week of spring break, which is sort of like 2 weeks, you have a lab, a linear and exponential lab, for which I have hints on Moodle. You have a Chapter 5 review, and you have a Chapter 5 quiz coming up that you should go ahead and make your proctor appointment for. The quiz will open on April 18th. But again, you can go ahead and set up your appointment out. I know that's really far ahead of time, so you may not know exactly what your schedule is. I personally would wait till a little bit closer just to make sure I was going to be available. But this is 3 weeks that I'm opening up today, and so that's unusual for me. It's unusual for this class. After these 3 weeks, we just have one chapter left. Actually, I think we only have one section left. It's section 9, chapter 9. But anyway, I hope you have a great week. If you have any questions, please contact me. I will say I will be unavailable the week of spring break. I will be far, far away, and I won't have the Remind app. I won't have email. So the week of spring break, I will not be able to respond to any questions. So until then, let me know if you need anything, and you have a great week.